Hi LEGO fans, it's Saturday the 15th of December and it's finally the weekend! Welcome to day number 15 of my LEGO Advent Calendar door opening spectacular! Every day between now and Christmas we're opening up every door on every LEGO Advent Calendar, including LEGO City, LEGO Friends, and LEGO Star Wars. We're also going to be scoring each one of the gifts so we can find out which one has the best gift of the day, and ultimately which calendar is our festive favourite and which deserves to get coal in its stocking. Before we start opening up today's doors, I want to firstly answer a question from Mahan. Mahan's quite persistent, so let's do this. Which is my least favourite build from all three Advent calendars? That's quite a tough question as there are so many to choose from, but I've broken it down to my top 3. In third place is the electric guitar, which came in day 2 of the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar. In my opinion, this doesn't look very much like an electric guitar, and it's definitely not festive. In second place from day 5 of the LEGO City Advent Calendar, we've got this sled and white thing. I thought this was some kind of jump for the sled, but a couple of people suggested this might be a harness for connecting a couple of dogs to the sled. We've only got one dog so far in this calendar, and I'm not sure we're going to get another. And if that was the case, there's no way to connect the harness up to the sled. But taking number 1 place for crappiest present of the year so far is the LEGO Friends trophy. This arrived behind door number 12 and earned the LEGO Friends calendar a pitiful 1 point. Personally, I think I scored it a little bit too high. A couple of people suggested this might be a menorah, and somebody else suggested the star might be the Star of David. We do get these star shapes in LEGO Friends sets quite regularly, so I'm not sure that would be the case. So there you have it, this is the worst gift so far, and hopefully the worst gift we'll get. Speaking of bad gifts, here's a recap of yesterday's gifts. From the LEGO City Advent Calendar we got this very predictable collection of gift wrapped goodies. I wasn't very impressed with this either and gave the LEGO City Advent Calendar 1 point. From LEGO Star Wars we got a weapons rack and a pair of blaster rifles. This wasn't very festive, and being the Grinch that I am, the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar also got 1 point. This little festive piano from the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar was truly music to my ears. I'm a sucker for a printed tile, and this little piano earned the LEGO Friends calendar 8 points. That means the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar is out in the lead with 53 points. In second place is LEGO Star Wars with 47 points. And in last place for the 14th consecutive day is the LEGO City Advent Calendar with a measly 40 points. We're now counting down the last 10 doors, and it's time to open every door number 15 on every LEGO Advent Calendar. First up today we've got the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar, and we're opening door number 15. Yesterday's gift was this cool little festive piano, or harpsichord, or keyboard. In any case, let's see what we got behind door number 15 today. And we are starting out with... okay, well that looks... oh, it's tic-tac-toe maybe. Really nice there with the cupcakes. Next we have the LEGO Star Wars calendar, and it's time for door number 15. Yesterday's gift was a not at all festive weapons rack. It was nice to get a couple of guns, but apart from that it was pretty boring. So let's see if we can find something more exciting behind door number 15. And we got a minifigure, and I think this is going to be a Death Trooper, but we will check that out. And finally we got the LEGO City Advent Calendar. Yesterday's gift was a little bit uninspiring. We got a collection of gifts. That was pretty predictable, as we always get those in LEGO Advent Calendars. So let's go ahead and see what we've got behind door number 15 and hope it's something a little bit more exciting. And that is also very predictable. We always get a Christmas tree, and LEGO City hasn't let us down this year. So here's our lineup of gifts from day 15 of the LEGO Friends, LEGO Star Wars and LEGO City Advent Calendars. From LEGO Friends we got this. LEGO Star Wars gave us the ultimate festive gift, a Death Trooper. And it had to happen sooner or later. We've got a Christmas tree from the LEGO City Advent Calendar. We're going to be sharing out 10 points among these 3 gifts. But before we do, let's take a look at each one in a little bit more detail. So this is what we got from the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar. It looks like a gift, which is festive enough, and we also have 8 cupcake elements, which is very cool. The gift is made up in the 3x3 grid formation, and each of the tiles have a stud. We're certainly getting some really nice elements here. We've got metallic gold 2x2 tiles with a stud in the middle, and a bunch of these cupcake elements. There's also a hole at the top through which you can tie some string so you can hang it from your Christmas tree. I definitely don't need to tell you by now that LEGO does not provide the string. I believe this also doubles as a tic-tac-toe game. I was slightly confused at first why we've got 1 cupcake too few. You'll notice there's a spare stud, but I guess playing tic-tac-toe you don't actually need to fill all of the squares. Or do you? Or is it not even tic-tac-toe? Next from the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar, it's a minifigure day. Nothing says Christmas like a Death Trooper. The Death Troopers are an elite variant of the Galactic Empire's Stormtroopers. Instead of dressing in white, these guys are all dressed in black, and it's a very cool looking minifigure. We have these black legs here with the printing on, loads of paneling there on the armour, and then a little bit of metallic there on the waistband here. We've got a little bit more printing here. In fact, there is some metallic printing on the front of the torso there. That looks very, very cool. Just really fine lines, very fine printing. Over on the back, we've got more printing, mainly white with a little metallic stripe down the middle. And if we look at that helmet, it is a one-piece mould, but there is some printing on there as well. There's printing on the front, metallic printing, a little bit of green there for the breathing apparatus, and then some more printing on the side. Now underneath we do have a face, very, very mean face there. No alternate expression on the back, but that is quite the expression there. I'm going to pop that back on. That is a hideously mean looking Death Trooper. After that encounter with the Death Trooper, it's a relief to get back to something more festive. And you can't get more festive than a Christmas tree. So a good start on the festive front for the LEGO City Advent Calendar. The tree is made up mostly from 2x1 green slope pieces. Beneath each branch we have either a blue or a yellow transparent stud. These really add to the festive appeal. And at the base and between each section of the tree we've got a red highlight. But the really cool thing is the metallic gold nano figure at the top of the tree. And even better, we get a spare. And I love the detail that LEGO molds into the back of these figures. These are so cool. I wasn't a big fan of the trio of festive gifts we got yesterday, but now that we have a Christmas tree to spread them around, they make a lot more sense. So there you have it, 2 festive gifts and a minifigure. A minifigure is a quality gift and I might be able to overlook some of the lack of festivity. Or will I? Let's award some points. The decorative gift / tic-tac-toe game isn't my favourite gift from the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar so far. It's a pretty unimaginative build, and who hasn't made a tic-tac-toe game out of LEGO before? But we do get some really nice metallic gold elements, and you can never get enough of those cupcake elements. So it's festive, it's a reasonably competent build, but it's got some really nice spare parts in there. Taking into account all of those factors, I'm going to give the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar 3 points today. The Christmas tree from the LEGO City Advent Calendar is very, very similar to other things we've had in calendars before. But I can't overlook the fact that we got 2 of these metallic gold nano figures. Those are very cool parts. While LEGO City hasn't done enough to win the day, they have done enough to win 3 points. Despite being as festive as a piece of coal, the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar did give us a very cool minifigure. It has some really nice metallic printing, and the level of detail on the helmet is also pretty good. The Death Trooper isn't quite as good as the Rose minifigure that we got on day 2, but it's good enough to earn the LEGO Star Wars Advent Calendar 4 points, and that makes this the gift of the day. So after day 15, the LEGO City Advent Calendar is still in last place with 43 points, LEGO Star Wars is in second place with 51 points, and still in the lead by 5 points is the LEGO Friends Advent Calendar with 56. But do you agree with today's scores? Did the LEGO Friends Tic-Tac-Toe Christmas tree decoration deserve more than 3 points? Did the Death Trooper deserve 4 points, or was somebody from the dark side playing Jedi mind tricks with me? Or perhaps I don't deserve a gift under my Christmas tree this year because of the 3 points that I gave the LEGO City Advent Calendar. The scoring was pretty even today, but if you would have scored it differently, please feel free to say so in the comments below. I really hope you enjoyed today's LEGO Advent Calendar door opening video. If you did, please don't forget to hit the like button and share your comments in the comment section below. I'll be back at 8 AM Eastern Time tomorrow for door number 16 on every LEGO Advent Calendar. So thanks a million for checking out today's video, thanks to Mahan for the question, and have a fantastic Saturday!